Okay, so today we are going to talk about building a profitable business online in Australia. The first thing that I wanted to share with you is that Australia and Malaysia have had an incredibly long and powerful relationship with each other, which is fantastic as a country. And this is a quote from the Australian government. It says that Australia and Malaysia have a strong and dynamic relationship founded on common interests and mutual respect. Our partnership is long-standing and broad, from cooperation in World War II to our modern day trade and links. So what a fantastic place to start building your business, knowing that our countries are already great friends and we are so welcoming of the Malaysian culture here in Australia. I wanted to share with you some comparison about Australia to Malaysia, because there are some great things that are similar about Australia and some things that are different. The first thing is that the population of Australia is quite similar to Malaysia. We have 25 million people here in Australia, which is just below the Malaysian population of 32. So quite similar in the amount of people and therefore the opportunity for your business. Interestingly, the difference is that the land size in Australia is much bigger. In fact, it is 23 times as big as Malaysia, and it is about the size of the United States. So that means most people live in houses with gardens versus living in high-rise apartments in Australia. The average Australian is about 37 years old, and that's a little bit older than Malaysia, because the average Malaysian is about 28 years old. And interestingly, Malaysians that move to Australia, that immigrate, actually are on average 37 years old. The ringgit, so 1 ringgit is equal to 0.36 Australian dollars or 36 cents. So that can help you work out the different value. And interestingly, there is more women in Australia than men versus Malaysia that has more men than women. So, there are so many women in our business, so that is a great opportunity as well. The fantastic thing about Australia is that it is truly a multicultural country. And there are many different nationalities and religions here in Australia. For example, 2.6% of our people are Muslim and are celebrating Ramadan at the moment. Mandarin is spoken in 2.5% of Australian households. And what is interesting, and I was talking to some of the Malaysian team earlier, is that many children at school now actually learn Mandarin, including my daughter, who has been learning Mandarin for 6 years now. And she speaks quite good Mandarin. So there's lots of Australian children learning Mandarin. About 1.5 speak Arabic as a language. 4% actually come from Chinese ancestry. 1% of the population is born in Malaysia. And believe it or not, but Malaysia is the 9th biggest country from which our immigrants come. So there's lots of opportunity to connect with people that speak your language, that are from your culture, and that are from Malaysia. And of course, all those other communities in Australia as well. I wanted to share some things with you about the Forever business. Forever has been in Australia for 21 years, so it's been a really long and great history in Australia. And one thing about Australian business that is different to Malaysia is that it is all an online business. So all our ordering and our join-up process, which I'm going to talk about to you in a minute, all happens online. All the orders are dispatched with Australia Post. And because Australia is so large, that postage takes anywhere between 2 and 7 days. So we have no physical stores in Australia. The great thing is there is no sign-up fee in Australia. When you sign someone up as a preferred customer, they immediately get the 15% discount. There is no minimum purchase there. And after they do 2 case credits, or one of our special packs, which I'll speak to you about in a minute, our Start Your Journey patch, they become an assistant supervisor. And that is where our first minimum order does kick in at $100. So what is great about the Australian business is that they are already using online. So even now when people are in their homes with COVID-19, our business is flourishing and growing because it is already an online business. And with you being overseas, it makes it so much easier for you to build your business here in Australia because we are online, which is great. It is important to note that Australia is starting to come out of lockdown now in Australia too. So that is also driving a lot of the growth. And this month in April, we will be about 20% up on last year. So we're having some fantastic success. In Australia, we have some fantastic packs that get people started in the business, and they're the Start Your Journey packs. And this is a perfect way for you to recruit and sign someone into the business. Our Start Your Journey pack is actually a lifestyle pack. It is 24 days of product to help people become embedded in the forever living lifestyle. It is actually a C9 and an F15 together. With some extra products like our RG and Arctic Sea, our bright toothpaste and deodorant. And this pack has done so well since it launched a week ago. We are just doing double the sales rate of what we were doing with our former pack. So it's highly successful. Now this pack, which I'm going to show you how you find it in a minute, this pack promotes you immediately to assistant supervisor. It is priced at 1.5 cc, but here's the great news that as an upline, you get 2 cc. So it's a boosted pack. Even though your new recruit is only paying for 1.5 cc, you're awarded 2 cc with this pack. So it's such a great opportunity to really drive your volume, to bring someone into the business and start them in their journey really strong with Forever. Now, I wanted to talk you through the join process because it's so simple, it's so easy in Australia, and it's something that you can do remotely. Now, all you need to do is be registered to sell in Australia is the preference. So you contact the Malaysian Home Office and ask for them to register in Australia, and that's the first step. Now, if that doesn't happen, no problem. If you actually just start selling in Australia, we can eventually work that out. So if that step doesn't happen, it's not a problem as such, and we can work it out for you. And I'm going to show you this in a minute, but how you get started is by using your FBO link. This might be a new idea for you, but it is basically https:// your FBO ID .fbo.foreverliving.com, and I'm going to show you this in a minute. You go in there, you change your store to Australia, you select join, and you just fill in the process. So if you bear with me a minute, I'm just going to go and actually show you this process here. So I'm just going to go in and find this here. Now, I've actually used Carmen's ID here. And so what you can see at the very top here of my screen is her FBO address. So that is, you put that in, and it is https:// her FBO number .fbo.foreverliving.com. Now, just .com. And then you'll see you can change your store there. So if you come up in your Malaysian store, you go down to Pacific Rim, and then you go find Australia here, and you click English. The store in a moment in Australia is just in English. We click here, then the join button. And here we go to the join page. Now, what you've seen here is the packs I've just talked about, the Start Your Journey packs come up. You can see it's 450 Australian dollars. And you get the option of also adding in a great skincare kit. So you can either buy the Start Your Journey pack, which I just talked through, or that pack with the Sonia Skincare Daily Kit, or with the Infinite Kit, which is a fantastic opportunity to upsell. If I click here, you can see While it's priced at 1.5, you get that fantastic 2cc case credits, which is incredible. Now, if you click through, because we came in through Carmen's link, this is what is such a great opportunity. The sponsorship details are already there. No problem if you haven't come through that way. You will get, the person will get requested the sponsor ID to which you can put it in, and we might see if we can do that in a minute. And then you just put their personal information in and you click submit. The person will immediately get an email with their login details, and you're off and running. How easy is that? It is just so easy. It's 100% online, which is just great. So I've just taken another one here, and I'm hoping that this is not going to come up as Carmen's. I hope my computer hasn't copied it. But if you just put in foreverliving.com, you can also come in, you just change the store to Australia, and then you can come up here and you can go in the same way. So the join, but no, and this, as I said, I'm sorry, I won't do it without the Carmen's link at the moment, but that's where you add in your own details. So if you just, I'll just go back to the presentation. Okay, slideshow, all right. Okay, we're just having some trouble getting the slideshow back up. If you just bear with me from a second. I don't know why this is not working here. All right, hang on. Okay, we don't have a slideshow coming back on. So we'll just click through it here. So we can see how simple was that. So great. All you need to do is go online and register. That easy, and you've become an FBO. Now, we have so many FBOs who have been sponsored around the world that we have a lot of support for FBOs in Australia. And it starts with that we have a private Facebook group. And that private group is something that we have every week where all our FBOs are in. We add a lot of training, a lot of value in there, lots of tips to help them grow their business. It's a wonderful community of FBOs in Australia from all different nationalities where we can inspire and work together to grow our business. Now, from there, I actually run weekly training sessions on a Tuesday night. So I spend a lot of time coaching our FBOs on how to grow their business. So I can really support you as a leader down here to help them have a successful business and answer any Australian questions as well. When someone joins as an assistant supervisor, they also go into a 13-module training program, and that really helps them get up to speed. And then once they hit supervisor, and this is something we're launching this week that is so exciting, is that we have a special supervisor training program now as well to help them further grow their business, which is great. When we're not in lockdown, I travel around Australia once a quarter to also support our FBOs and build that community and celebrate all their fantastic wins. So there's so much here that we can do, that I can do to help build and help support you in growing your business here in Australia. Obviously, importantly, how you get paid, because that's obviously the great benefit of growing your business here in Australia, is building your own legs and really driving your total business. We pay the bonus checks monthly, which is great. There is a minimum of 250 Australian dollars. So once you reach that threshold, we pay you out that amount monthly. It's either made in a check to you or it is put directly into your bank account, which is so great. And we're encouraging all international FBOs to give us your bank account details so we can deposit that straight away. So there you have it. It's never been a better time to grow a business in Australia. Global Rally next year is going to give you an incredible opportunity to even drive that further. I am here to support you and support your team. And it's just so easy to join and get started here in Australia.